Okay, so before we actually start grinding the mirror, the very first step that we need to do is something called beveling. When you first get your tool and mirror, and if you look at the edge could be pretty sharp. This edge is slightly sharp. There's a little bit of a bevel, but it would be a good idea to make a bigger bevel. Now you might be wondering, why do we need a bevel? Why can it not just be sharp? Well, the sharper it is, the more chance that the edge is going to crack, which is going to result in more cracks on the surface of both your tool and mirror. So in order to do the beveling, what you need is a bucket of water. This is just water. A beveling tool, looks like this, and the nice outdoors. And so what you want to first do is get your tool or mirror wet. And then you're going to take the beveling tool, which is also wet, and you're going to bevel the edge at a 45-degree angle. If you end up going steeper than 45 degrees, you can again crack the edges. If you go less than 45, you could make more cracks on the edges. So the ideal angle is around 45. So the way I do it is I put the tool, the beveling tool, against the edge, and at about a 45-degree angle from the tool, I go down. Now I'm putting a lot of pressure when I go down, but when I go up, I'm really not putting pressure at all. And so you want to do this until your edge starts having a thicker bevel. Now, how thick does it need to be? Let's see. Maybe about, if you could see my fingernail, maybe actually my fingernail from the top of my finger to my nail, maybe the thickness of about that. That's a good thickness. You don't want to go too thick, and you don't want it to be too thin. You might wonder, do you need to do both sides of the tool and both sides of the mirror? The answer is not really. You want to do the side. You definitely want to do the side that's going to be touching each other. So this is the front of the tool, the front of the mirror. You need to bevel those two. The back, you're going to bevel only to the point where it's comfortable for your hand when your hand hits the tool or the mirror. If the tool and the mirror are at sharp edges on the back, then when you put your hand, you're going to cut into your hand, and that will not be very comfortable. And so it's only for comfort level. You don't need to worry about the thickness on the back sides. How long will this take? It can take about 2 hours in total to bevel all sides to the desired thickness. But once you do it well, you most likely won't have to do it again. Now that we're done beveling both the mirror and the tool, we can start grinding. So let's go.